Core 3, Summer 2013, Question 8. You're dealing with a trig identity, followed by a integration with trig, and remember parts 1 and 2 mean that the answer to part 1 should help you in part 2. If you're not able to do part 1, then you can use this answer in your part 2. I'm going to start here by rewriting tan as sine over cos and rewriting sec as 1 over cos. So I have sine A over cos squared A plus 1 over 1 plus sine A. I'm going to get a common denominator by multiplying the denominators together. And if I have multiplied the first denominator by 1 plus sine A, then the numerator must get multiplied by 1 plus sine A. And if I've multiplied the second denominator by cos squared A, then the second numerator must get multiplied by cos squared A. Expanding out the bracket gives me sine A plus sine squared A plus cos squared A all over cos squared A upon 1 plus sine A. Top line, sine squared A plus cos squared A is 1. So my top line becomes 1 plus sine A over cos squared A upon 1 plus sine A. And the 1 plus sine A on the top will cancel with the 1 plus sine A on the bottom. That leaves me with 1 over cos squared A, which is sec squared A. And that is the right-hand side of the equation. If we look at the mark scheme at this stage, I want to draw your attention to this line in here because it's not always apparent what say I have done here. If I have 1 over 1 plus sine A, they've multiplied top and bottom by 1 minus sine A. Top line becomes 1 minus sine A. And the bottom line is going to be the difference of 2 squares. So it's 1 squared, which is 1, minus sine squared A. So that's where that line's come from. And then they've used the trig identity that cos squared plus sine squared is 1 to replace the 1 minus sine squared to cos squared. Part 2, we're asked to integrate this. And if I look at this section here, I see that I have the previous answer to part 1, but instead of A we have 2x, so I am integrating sec squared 2x minus 3 over x plus e to the power 2x with respect to x. Because it's a 2x, whenever I integrate it I'm going to get a half, and sec squared integrates to give tan. We have minus 3 times 1 over x, and 1 over x integrates to give the natural log of mod x. And if we integrate e to the 2x, we need to get a half e to the 2x, and always remembering our constant of integration.